Hello, my fellow nerds. Sorry for the lighting. The sun hasn't quite risen yet, so I gotta wait. So I decided not to wait for the sun. I'm kind of waiting just to start my day. So I thought I'd make a video real quick. Currently in Texas. I don't know if I told you guys in the last video I told you. Let's see, that was 4 days ago. I think 4 days ago I was in I was in Iowa. So I think I was in Iowa 4 days ago. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, I've been down in Texas for the last couple of days, kind of just doing a bunch of like silly running around. Like it's kind of hard to lose track of time sometimes. Some days, kind of easy to lose track of time. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? All right. So I thought I'd take I was going through my notebook here. You guys remember the notebook? And I was trying to figure out a new series. Oh wow, I was really making a difference. I was thinking about trying to see what book I should talk about. I decided not to do a book this time. This time I'm going to talk about a TV show. I actually just recently finished the show Invincible. Obviously, it came out a couple years ago, I think, on Amazon, and I haven't watched it. I was always interested in it. It looked pretty cool, but you know, I decided I just kept putting it off, focusing on other shows, and I finally decided to sit down and watch it. Oh my God, it was good. Oh, it was so good. It's basically kind of like American anime for me. You know, it didn't have the anime animation to it, but it kind of had like the anime feels about it. You know, like it just I don't know. It just kind of had like the emotional beats that an anime would. You know, and it had just such wonderful dialogue, wonderful characters in it. I have not read the comics yet. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm going to check and see if my libraries have them on digital to see if I can read them, because I used to read comics, you know, but the problem is they're so expensive. You know, like it's $3-4. It's like $3 to $5 for, you know, like maybe 10 to 20 pages of comics. And it was starting to get too expensive, so I had to cut back on my comics. But I have read comics based in the world of Invincible. Most notably, the Astounding Wolfman series. Absolutely wonderful series. I own the whole series. I refuse to get rid of them. I absolutely love that series. And it takes place in the same world as Invincible. So, yeah. And the voice acting was just so good, so well done. J.K. Simmons is absolutely wonderful as Omni Man. Like, he did such a great job voicing him, and the way they wrote the characters is just absolutely wonderful. They were very compelling. Sorry about that. They were very compelling. The kind of the individual storylines you were following with some of the characters was really like kind of really realistic, you know, and you really kind of felt for these characters. And there were actually a few surprising moments in this series that's like, oh wow, I really was not expecting that. And it's not just the action or anything like that. It was really kind of sort of a shift change within the characters that, while it did kind of come out of nowhere, it did it wasn't so like it was just something that's like, okay, it makes sense that they would feel this or they would say this, even though you haven't seen any evidence of it before. Even though it came out of nowhere, it still fit within the characters themselves. Most notably, a scene in one of the final episodes with the what are they called? Mauler brothers, the big blue clone guys. So if you guys watch them, it's towards the end. There's one scene in particular, you'll know it when you see it, okay? And I absolutely and I keep saying I absolutely loved it, I absolutely loved it. I feel like that's like my mantra. But yeah, and then so I love how oh, what's his name? Invincible. Mark? Is that his name? I can't remember his name now. Damn it. Anyway, Invincible. I love how he makes mistakes. Like, he's not... And he, like, he's almost constantly making mistakes. You know? And it's just very believable, especially since, you know, he's a teenager and he's just coming into his powers. So, it's not easy for him. He's making mistakes all the time. He's he's struggling, and I just really love how you know, he's not, you know, proficient at everything immediately, you know, and then obviously everyone knows about, if you haven't heard yet, spoiler, at the end of the first episode, Omni Man kills basically that world's Justice League. I forget what they're called. It's very brutal, and it's awesome, and I really do want to watch. I really do want to get into these comics. I think I'm going to start getting into these comics. My favorite character. Oh God, who would be my favorite character? Because, I mean, you just have so many great characters. I mean, Invincible was good. Omni Man was wonderful. I mean, obviously, he's the bad guy, so, I mean, it's like, do I really like him? Yes, I do. I like him. But, I mean, is he my favorite character, though? I kind of like Robot. I kind of like Robot because, because he was a surprise. He was a surprise, especially towards the end. And once again, it's tied in with that scene with the Mauler brothers I'm hinting at. So, really keep an eye on those, alright? But there was a surprise towards the end with Robot. And that made you really kind of think back and realize, oh, so that's why he's been a certain way. And you kind of don't expect that, because you see him as, you know, this robot, and it's like, oh, he's a robot, therefore he's constantly logical, but yet he's saying things and doing things that don't quite fit with him being a robot. It's not that it's precisely human, but it doesn't quite fit with him being a robot, and towards the end it makes sense. And I absolutely love that. And oh, and Cecil. Yes, Cecil. Cecil is basically that world's Nick Fury. Unlike Nick Fury, who does these questionable things, but unlike Nick Fury, they both do these questionable things, and they both make these tough decisions. Nick Fury kind of, from what little I've read about him in the comics, unfortunately the comics I have read of Marvel, he wasn't a prominent person, but he did make a few appearances. And from my interpretation of him is, he got into things of this spy craft as basically like kind of a game, and so he's able to make these tough decisions, and he's able to kind of separate the decisions from himself. So he doesn't really allow himself to feel, doesn't seem to allow himself to feel bad for the things that he does. Cecil is like Nick Fury, but unlike Nick Fury, he actually is willing to show his humanity. He's willing to say, he's willing to I am human, therefore I will feel things, and I regret my decisions, but he knows that they have to be made. That's my interpretation I got from him in this show, and I absolutely loved it. I loved those moments from him that just kind of showed that despite his responsibility, he is human, and I absolutely loved it. And so this show just had great characters, wonderful action, great dialogue, good character progression. It was really just kind of so yeah, and like I said, and like I said earlier, this really is an American anime, because it was hitting the anime beats with American adaptation, with American animation. and it's just really well done. This shows Amazon can do a good show. Same thing with The Boys and Carnival Row. Carnival Row, I want season 2. But yes, this is a great show, and I'm eagerly awaiting season 2. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna look into that. I think they are doing a season 2. I just think maybe it's taking a minute because I think COVID kind of affected things. But yes, so if they do a season 2, I'm down for that. I'm gonna try to convince my wife to watch this. She's a very picky person, so it's kind of hard to get her to watch things. But I'm gonna try to get her to watch this, and it's just, hold on, gotta tap the screen. There we go. And yeah, it is just an amazing show. So if you have Amazon, give this one a try. If you're not really, and if you like it, give the comics a try. It's actually a pretty good world from what little I've seen of it. It's very unique, and I'm gonna try to get, like I said, I'm gonna try to give the comics a try. My hope is, unlike DC and Marvel, I'm kind of hoping that this this world doesn't have too many crossovers, where in order to complete a story, you got to then buy 5 different titles. I hope like hell that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. But it probably is, because, you know, it's a great marketing strategy. But anyway, so that's going to be it for the day. Invincible, give it a try on Amazon, all right? Especially if you have Amazon Prime, give it a try. It's a really good show. And so you guys know what to do, and I will, I guess I'll see you guys later.